She was thrown from a moving car on a highway at 60 miles an hour. Her body hit the asphalt, rolled, tumbled, came to rest in the grass on the side of the road. Her leg was broken, her ribs cracked, her face bloodied. She lay there, not moving, barely breathing, waiting to die. That's where they found her. A couple driving home saw something dark on the shoulder. At first they thought it was a bag. Then they saw her eyes, open, watching, waiting. They stopped. They wrapped her in a blanket. They drove to the nearest emergency vet. They didn't know her name. They didn't know her story. All they knew was that someone had looked at this dog and decided she wasn't worth keeping alive. The vet said she might not make it through the night. Her body was broken in ways they weren't sure could heal. But her body wasn't the problem. Her brain was. Because what happened next wasn't about her broken leg or her cracked ribs. It was about what her brain did in the hours after she was thrown from that car, and what it taught us about hope. Her name became Hope, not because she survived, because she chose to. If you've ever wondered how a dog can go through something unthinkable and still wag her tail, still trust, still love, watch this until the end. Because Hope's story isn't about what happened to her. It's about what her brain did next. Before we continue, hit that like button. For Hope. For every dog who's been thrown away and found again. Subscribe to Canine Lab so you don't miss the rest of her story. Now let me show you what happened inside Hope's brain. When Hope hit the asphalt, her brain did two things at once. First, it went into survival mode. Her body released a flood of endorphins, nature's morphine. She didn't feel the pain. Not yet. Her brain numbed her, protected her, kept her conscious when she should have been unconscious. Second, her brain made a decision. Not a conscious decision, a deeper one. It decided that being alive was worth fighting for. Scientists call this resilience. It's not something you can teach. It's something the brain chooses. Some brains, after trauma, build walls. Other brains, after trauma, build bridges. Hope's brain built bridges. The part of her brain that processes fear, the amygdala, should have been screaming. She should have been terrified of cars, of people, of movement, of everything. But something was different. The same part of her brain that processed fear also processed something else. Possibility. When the couple stopped their car, when they wrapped her in the blanket, when they drove her to the vet, her brain was watching, recording, building new pathways. Not all humans hurt dogs. Some save them. The vet examined her. Broken leg, cracked ribs, internal bleeding. He said she might not make it, but her brain had already made a different choice. For the next 3 days, Hope lay in a cage at the animal hospital. Her body was still, but her brain was working. It was replaying the moment she was thrown, replaying the moment she was saved, comparing, contrasting. One man threw her from a car. Another man saved her life. Her brain was learning something it didn't know before. People are not all the same. Some give pain. Some give safety. Some throw away. Some save. By the 4th day, Hope lifted her head. By the 5th, she ate. By the 7th, when the vet walked in, her tail wagged. Not a full wag, just a flicker. But it was there. Her brain had made a choice. Not to forget. To move forward. Make prompts for every 3 lines, 1 prompt. The vet called a rescue organization. A woman named Sarah came to meet Hope. She sat outside the cage, not reaching in, not forcing. Just sitting. Hope watched her. Her body tensed. Her brain was activating the fear pathway. Car. Man pain. But Sarah wasn't a man. She was a woman. Her hands were gentle. Her voice was soft. Her presence was different. Hope's brain began to separate. The old pathway was still there. But new information was coming in. Not all people. Just some. Not all hands. Just the ones that hurt. Week 1. Sarah came every day. She sat outside the cage, reading aloud. Soft stories. Quiet voice. No demands. Hope watched her from the back of the cage, but her ears would perk at the sound of her voice. Week 2. Sarah opened the cage door. She didn't reach in. She sat in the doorway, letting Hope decide. Hope stayed in the back, but she didn't retreat further. Week 3. Hope took a treat from Sarah's hand. Her teeth barely touched Sarah's fingers before she pulled back. But she took it. Her brain was forming a new pathway. This hand equals food. This person equals safe. Week 4. Hope stepped out of the cage for the first time. She walked on 3 legs, her broken one still healing. She stood in the middle of the room, looked around, then looked at Sarah. Her tail moved. Just a little. Week 6. Hope let Sarah touch her. Sarah's hand rested on Hope's head. Hope didn't flinch. She leaned into it. Just a little. But she leaned. Her brain was building something new. A bridge. From fear to trust. Week 8. Hope walked on all 4 legs for the first time. Her leg had healed. Her body was strong. But her brain was stronger. Week 10. Hope ran. Not away. Toward. She ran across the yard. Her legs moving freely. Her tail up. Her ears forward. She ran to Sarah. And she stopped. And she waited. Her brain had done something remarkable. It had created a new pathway that was stronger than the old one. Not forgetting. Choosing. Hope never forgot what happened to her. Her brain would always carry that memory. The car. The asphalt. The pain. That pathway would always be there. But it wasn't the only pathway anymore. Beside it, a new pathway had formed. A woman's voice. A gentle touch. A hand that healed instead of hurt. A car that stopped instead of threw. Her brain had learned that pain and safety could coexist. That fear and trust could live in the same mind. That the same species that hurt her could also save her. One morning, Sarah walked Hope to a park. A car passed. Hope's body tensed. Her ears went back. The old pathway activated. But then Sarah knelt beside her. She put her hand on Hope's back. She spoke softly, and Hope's body relaxed. Her brain had made a choice. Not the fear pathway. The trust pathway. The car passed. Hope watched it go. Then she looked at Sarah, and she wagged her tail. Not because she wasn't afraid. Because she had something stronger than fear. The woman who found Hope still thinks about that night. The headlights. The shape on the shoulder. The eyes watching. She says she didn't save Hope. Hope saved herself. She just gave her a reason to. Hope's brain didn't need to be fixed. It needed to be given a chance. A chance to learn that not all humans throw dogs from cars. Some stop. Some save. Some love. And once it learned that, nothing could stop her. Today, Hope is different. She still startles at sudden noises. She still watches cars a little too long. The old pathways are still there. They always will be. But she also runs. She plays. She leans into Sarah's hand when she wants to be petted. She puts her head in Sarah's lap at night. Her brain has built something new, something beautiful. Hope's story isn't just about surviving. It's about what happens when a brain is given a chance to rewrite its own story. To choose. To trust. To love again. Every time your dog flinches, they're not being difficult. Their brain is trying to protect them. The question is, are you giving them a new story to write? If your dog has been through trauma, here's what Hope taught us. Don't rush. Sit still. Be present. Let them watch you. Let them learn that your hands are safe. Let their brain do what it was designed to do. Heal. And one day, maybe when you least expect it, they'll run toward you. Not because they forgot, because they chose. Hope still has scars. They'll always be there. But they're not the only things her brain remembers anymore. It also remembers the woman who stopped, the hand that healed, the car that didn't throw. It remembers that some people save, and that is the only way healing ever really happens.